Hello YouTube, this is Frugal and this is the Frooglesim news for today, Sunday, February the 18th. A small show, but packed with very big stories. First up, Leonardo's Fly the Mad Dog X is going to release on Tuesday, February the 20th. Leonardo's Fly the Mad Dog X is a study-level MD82 for FSX and Prepared, and it's a complete overhaul of their original Mad Dog to take advantage of new technologies, in particular those available in Prepared version 4. The Mad Dog X will be available in two versions, a 32-bit one for use with FSX and Prepared version 3.4, and a 64-bit version for use with Prepared version 4. That 64-bit version also includes additional technologies, notably TFDI's Real Light and TFDI's True Glass technologies for enhanced lighting inside the cockpit, as well as realistic rain, ice, and snow effects. Leonardo's Fly the Mad Dog X is a complete study-level simulation. Every system in the aircraft is modeled, even includes independent CM1 and CM2 or pilot and co-pilot panels and controls, working flight recorder, completely accurate simulation of the electrical systems, hydraulics, pneumatics, as well as engine performance, and of course a stunning flight model. The aircraft is going to ship with 7 liveries. It also includes a load manager tool that not only lets you configure the aircraft, but also set up the route and fuel requirements as well as weight and balance. Now, I've actually used this to plan and fly complete routes without the need for a third-party tool like PFPX. You just go to FlightAware on the web, look up a route that you want to fly, plug it into this load manager, and you're pretty much all set. It's going to be available exclusively from Sim Market on Tuesday. The price is $70. Now, perhaps even more cool, I already mentioned that the aircraft includes support for TFDI's True Glass and Real Light. The developers worked with third-party add-on manufacturers to include a lot of different options for you at release. So you have those two technologies built in. Fs2 Crew for the Leonardo Fly the Mad Dog X will be releasing the same day. Now, Fs2 Crew, if you're not familiar with it, is the ultimate realism add-on for any airliner. Fs2 Crew provides you with a fully voice-controlled co-pilot to enable completely accurate workload sharing in the cockpit between you, the pilot, and Fs2 Crew's first officer. Nearly all of my fully loaded videos have used Fs2 Crew for complete realism, and I can't say enough good things about Brian York's product. I have used the Mad Dog X version of Fs2 Crew, and it does indeed live up to the extremely high standards set by other Fs2 Crew products, making the Fly the Mad Dog X incredibly immersive. And to be frank, using Fs2 Crew is a great way to actually learn the Mad Dog X without having to absorb absolutely every single minute detail of the aircraft from the documentation yourself. I don't know the final price yet for Fs2 Crew. I do expect it to be the usual €50 or so. Keep an eye on the Fs2 Crew store linked in the show notes below for more information as the release approaches, and of course keep an eye on Sim Market for when that buy button becomes active. Sticking with big airplane news and over in the world of X-Plane, Flight Factor's A320 Ultimate has now released. The video you're watching is from my good friend Thomas Rasmussen. It is linked in the show notes below. Do take a look at it, give him a few hundred likes and subscribes. Now, Flight Factor's A320 has actually been available for quite a while, but only to a select group of users on the Xplane.org store. Now it's officially available to everyone. This aircraft has been very highly anticipated. Flight Factor have established themselves as the leader in producing highly complex airliner simulations for Xplane, and while there are other Airbuses out there, the Flight Factor one here has been expected to be the most complete and realistic, and it certainly does seem to be the case. It features a highly realistic flight model that includes modeling of everything, including transonic effects and high-speed stalls. It includes more than 10,000 simulated objects in the aircraft. Now, this is important. These are not just switches and things like that. These cover various computers in the aircraft, sensors, data buses, relays, and so on. It even goes as far as to model the data exchange between the various computers in the aircraft completely, including accurate delays as they transfer data from one computer to another, and precision loss when transferring data as well. Flight Factor's A320 completely models every system in the Airbus, including a few undocumented ones, and the autopilot. Now, the Airbus autopilot and its fly-by-wire systems have actually been notoriously hard for add-on developers to get right in the past, and Flight Factor think that they have nailed it completely. It is still technically early access though, with the product version being 0.8.1 rather than 1.0. The package, however, does include an auto updater so that Flight Factor can push out updates as they continue to wrap things up. Don't let that put you off. Looking at the release notes, the main area that appears to be still in progress is the fault simulation of each system in the aircraft. The price for Flight Factor's A320 is $89.95, but livery packs are extra at $10 each, with each including 9 or so liveries for a specific region in the world. For more information and to buy the Flight Factor A320, head on over to the X-Plane.org store, linked in the show notes below. Now, sticking with X-Plane, Just Flight this week announced that their Hawk T1A is coming to X-Plane. Just Flight this week announced that they are bringing their Hawk T1A Advanced Trainer to X-Plane, and as with the other X-Plane conversions from Just Flight, this one is being developed in partnership with Thrander Design. It features an accurate physical model of the aircraft itself, built from real-world plans, 4K textures, and of course full support for physical-based rendering to make the materials and reflections in the aircraft as real as possible. It will include a full set of IFR avionics, including the ANAR C164 radio, as well as accurate TACAN units and an accurate heads-up display. The flight dynamics and sounds are also supposed to be extremely realistic, including accurately placed 3D sounds in and out of the cockpit, and the aircraft is going to ship with an aircraft config tool that will allow you to customize it to suit your own machine's capabilities. It's going to ship with 12 liveries covering, of course, the red arrows, as well as numerous other RAF paint schemes, as well as the Hawk liveries for the Finnish Air Force, Royal Saudi Air Force, Swiss Air Force, and Indonesian Air Force. I don't know the price or release date just yet, but do head on over to the Just Flight in Development page linked in the show notes below for more information. And our final big story this week, Prepared version 4.2 has released. Now, I don't normally cover updates, but since Prepared does not have a built-in updater like X-Plane, I think many people are probably going to miss this release, and that would be a terrible shame. Lockheed Martin this week released version 4.2 of Prepared. Now, as always with Lockheed's updates, there are some compatibility issues, but they don't seem as widespread as they have been in previous versions. Regardless, do check with your favorite add-on provider to ensure their stuff works in your sim before upgrading to this version of Prepared. 4.2 adds a number of things, including 3 new helicopters, improved native VR support, which improves both performance in VR, but also lets you specify which headset you are using, as well as numerous other performance improvements across the sim. The release notes also mention an experimental voice control system. Don't know more about it just yet because I haven't installed it. Lockheed do point out on the release notes that if you are already running version 4.1 of Prepared, then you probably only need to download and install the new Prepared 4.2 client and not do a full reinstall. Your mileage, however, may vary. I've always found in the past that I do need to do full reinstalls of Prepared whenever they release an update. We shall see. You can read the full set of release notes at the Prepared link in the show notes below. That's it for this week's news show. Big stories but short show. Hopefully that's okay. Do leave me a comment in the comment section below. If I have missed something crucial, I'll take a look and see if I should include it in next week's show. Until then, though, my name is Frugal. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this, and I will see you all very soon.